dinner in here from Chipotle. You know, I think it's actually kind of funny that I just realized I mentioned Chipotle at one point in my video last week, and yeah, I didn't realize it until just a little while ago. And the funny thing is, I don't even go to Chipotle all that often. You know, it's only nights like this when you know, it's like a kind of an off night, and didn't really feel like taking the time to cook. Didn't feel like eating leftovers, so I just decided, well, I'll just stop by Chipotle on my way home from work, and so that's what I did. And and you know, I wasn't even thinking about the fact that I mentioned it in my video last week, but so it's kind of a bit of a coincidence. But anyway, so this is the employees there tonight were kind of new. They're a bit sloppier than usual. They crinkled up the bag more than anyway. Oh, good, it's still warm. I was kind of worried. I got home and I took the time to set up my laptop with the camera. And, I was kind of worried that my food would get cold in the meantime. But they usually do a really good job at sealing it in, just like in the way to seal it inside the aluminum foil. So, oh yeah, and this is the salsa that I asked for on the side. I guess they ran out of lids, so they had to use foil to seal it. And the reason I asked for it on the side is because I usually don't. I prefer it with only a tiny bit of this stuff on my tacos. And see, I've learned that the employees at Chipotle apparently don't understand the phrase tiny bit or a little bit, because whether I say that or not, they always put the same amount of salsa in my tacos. So I've learned since then just to order it on the side, and then I can just put in as much as I want or as little as I want. So discard the makeshift lid. Milk here, which I need because this stuff is spicy. At least for me it is. Alright, I'm gonna eat my dinner now, and I will talk to you after I'm done. Alright, I just finished eating. That was a good dinner. And let's see, clean up here for a minute. Let's see. Oh shoot! This is the leftover salsa that I need. I'm gonna throw away, but I forgot that there was no lid, so just my napkin and stuff in. Why do they even call it salsa? All it is tomato bits. Alright, so hopefully that'll make me able to just put this on top of it. And hopefully that'll seal it in. Now, I know it's gonna totally drip if I know it's totally gonna drip if I tip it like that, so let's see, what should I do with this? Oh, let's see, what I should actually do is put it in the freezer. That'll, yeah, be back. Okay, took care of that. Oh yeah, the paper sack. Now, normally I actually like to keep these because normally they give these to me in a fairly good condition, and the food doesn't leak, and so the paper bag is actually reusable. So what I can do is just, usually it's pretty easy to just fold it back up. But normally they don't give it to me this crinkly. And then I can just store this away somewhere. But in this case, I'm not going to. I'm just going to throw this away. Because for one thing, I already have too many of these things. And, well, this bag is in pretty bad condition anyway. So I'm just going to throw that in the trash. Alright. Now, let's see, on to stuff that I was going to talk about. Oh, yes. So, the big news right now for this channel is I just hit 100 subscribers just earlier tonight. Yeah, I totally wasn't expecting that to happen anytime soon. But the more interesting bit of news is the fact that I now have more subscribers on this channel, ASMR Lab Rat, than I do on my regular main channel, Celebach, which I've had around for more than 6 years. I've only had this channel for like, what, 2 months maybe? So, yeah, I'm sure, like I mentioned before, a lot of it has to do with the publicity I got thanks to ASMR Nova Stars contest, and which is, I'm still kind of, I mean, there's still stuff happening as a result of that contest, which I'll get to in a bit. But, yeah, yeah, I really don't know, because, when I first, started, you know, getting into ASMR in general, I just thought it was just going to be like a little thing I was dabbling in on the side, and, you know, I, I never, at first I didn't even plan to create a whole channel dedicated to it, much less make videos for it. But, yeah, just the fact that it's gone in this direction, I just, I really don't know what this means, for for the long term, as far as, what, how involved I'm gonna get into it, and, well, I don't know. Yeah, we'll just have to see. That's kind of how I do things these days. Just kind of take things as they come and just kind of go with the flow. Uh, and if you've if you're one of the few who followed me from my main channel, you know that that has to do with my personality type. Just the fact that I'm, being an ISTP, being a perceiver in particular, and just um, or the SP temperament. Anyway, uh, chances are most of you don't know what I'm talking about. I'll actually do a tutorial about that sometime in the near future, about Myers-Briggs personality types. I think that'll be kind of fun, because that's kind of my other obsession, and kind of, it's actually kind of how I discovered ASMR. Was running into um, an ASMRtist who was doing a Myers-Briggs tutorial video as an ASMR video. But anyway, let's see what else. Oh yeah, I I didn't mention this last week. Um, Violet, uh, Triple V. Um, a lot of you probably seen her latest video, the scalp massage. It's been out for a couple of weeks now, but I just watched it probably about a week ago, and I have to say that was actually one of the most relaxing ASMR videos I've ever seen. Um, Definitely the most relaxing of her videos. And, I really enjoyed her other binaural ear-to-ear videos, like those two binaural mic tests that she did, as well as the shaving video. This one was like in that same style, where, it was like a close-up on her face with the two microphones on either side of the camera. She used that that binaural dummy thing setup, whatever it is, but it works really well, and um, yeah, just the whole with the quality of the video and the audio, um, and just um, the way she talks in that soothing voice, just, yeah, that, I even commented on that video that, I normally don't fall asleep to ASMR videos, but, yeah, this one just really just kind of put me in this snooze-like zone. Like, even, I wasn't, first time I watched it, I wasn't even in bed. I was just sitting on this couch, and just watching the video, and I just totally felt myself drifting off to sleep. Um, but well, there are a couple of other reasons I wanted to bring up this particular video. One is I made an interesting discovery, which is that uh, on that on Violet's video in particular, and I later found this was true about other videos. I actually found it more relaxing when I watched it without wearing headphones. You know, most ASMR videos recommend wearing headphones for the best effect. This one, I actually enjoyed it more just listening to it on my stereo speakers. And I don't know, maybe it's just me. Um, Now I do know that that's not the case in certain other videos, because see, Violet's videos don't give me that same sort of, I mean, they don't give me tingles, or not even the stimulating brain massage inside my head that I've mentioned well, about other videos. This one is just pure soothing relaxation, which is really the kind of thing that helps me fall asleep. As opposed to, for example, um, uh, who, what am I thinking here? As opposed to soft sound whispers, that blonde British girl, um, when she when she whispers, that's the one that kind of produces this brain stimulation. Um, that was the one that I mentioned cured my headache in 8 minutes. So that is a totally different sensation. It's a different type of relaxation. I would not fall asleep to that video, because I'm basically just kind of enjoying the stimulating sensations. Um, so and the truth is, different ASM artists produce different effects on me, and it's just a matter of finding the right ASM artist doing the right things in their videos. Um, uh, Sounds Good XO is another ASM artist that has some videos that I enjoy, that produce a nice sensation in my head. Um, Only particularly when she whispers. Now, um, a lot of her videos, she's not whispering. She's just talking softly, and I gotta say, those don't really produce any sort of sensation in my head. Um, I mean, her voice is pleasant to listen to, but that's really it. Um, like this past week, I watched. She did uh, another coin collecting tutorial. Um, the one where it's searching for valuable coins. Um, and that was really neat. It's really the subject matter that interested me more than anything about her voice. This one was, I mean, I think it's good if it's a topic that I find interesting. Uh, if I can just focus on what she's saying. Um, but yeah, that's really, I mean, that's what I got out of it. Just some uh, an interesting talk about things to look for in coins that would make them valuable. Um, but I personally would not classify that as ASMR video, and actually, as I'm looking at the title of the video, it doesn't even say ASMR in it, so she probably didn't even intend for it to be. Huh. Yeah, that could explain it. but like I was saying, when the few videos where she's actually whispering, um, I do find it. I do actually experience that same uh, brain stimulation that I do with sound whispers. Um, so yeah, it's basically the opposite of someone like Violet. Um, I don't remember if Violet. I think Violet did whisper in a few of her videos. I don't quite remember, but it didn't produce the same effect. Um, in fact, yeah, Violet's videos are a really interesting experiment in seeing in listening to different techniques by the same person. Like there's one video that actually um, didn't really do anything for me. It was the one with the candle. It was the one where the whole video is just like a close up of a candle, and Violet is doing. I think she was reading a script, and it was supposed to be like a visualization thing, and it was panning left and right. That's the other thing. It was obviously artificial panning, just like constant going left to right, left to right. Um, that was more distracting than anything else, and so that kind of negated the effects of her soothing voice. Plus, it was just like constant, like she was just constantly talking, reading from whatever she was reading from. Um, but so that it was a huge difference between that and the scalp massage, where she was just kind of, she wasn't reading from a script. Um, she was just expressing thoughts that came to her, thoughts about her own videos, and her reactions to people's comments, and her thoughts about what she wanted to do for her future videos, and just the way she was talking about those things, um, you know pausing to kind of think about what she was saying. you know that was really relaxing to me, and I don't know if it's the same with other people, but and plus you know the stereo panning, it was natural because it was just the microphones picking up her as she was moving around, so there was none of this artificial panning, um, and so I think that also makes a huge difference. um, Anyway, so that was that I think that was a really good, really interesting observation. Just having this sort of comparison, um, between different videos. Now, let's see, what else did I mention? Oh yeah, I actually posted um, uh, this test. You might have seen this test video that I posted where I was showing a close up of a map, and kind of tapping the map with a pointer, which was actually a chopstick. And I was actually kind of hoping uh, to post the full length video sometime this week, but that ended up not happening. But I still plan to make that video sometime soon. So I'm hoping to have that up by the beginning of next week. So uh, and uh, and I'm not gonna say exactly what it is I'm planning, but so just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Um, let's see. Well, I decided to save ASMR Nova Star for last because, as usual, she um, produced several videos this past week. One of which was the contest prize video that I personally requested. So yeah, I finally got back to her on that after what is it, like 2 weeks now since I won first place in her copycat contest, and yeah, so yeah, I requested basically just to have her continue the same story that I continued off of her escaping the asylum. And so, and she, it was kind of funny, she actually labeled her video as part three, uh, and, and basically, my contest submission was part two. So, yeah, I really enjoyed, the way her part three turned out, and, it was exactly, I mean, it was basically what I requested and more. I mean, uh, she far exceeded my expectations, and I was blown away by it. Just by her creativity and elements that she added to the story, um, and and her explanation for my lab rat character, and yeah, I just really got a kick out of that. Um, Plus, it was it was just as relaxing as her other videos. Um, Now, I do want to mention, just because I mentioned this last time, that I was planning to watch her Picture My Life videos. Well, yeah, I did finally get around to doing that this past Sunday afternoon. Um, I watched both parts one and two back to back. So that was a total of just like a little more than an hour. Um, it was tough for me to watch, both physically and emotionally, but it was well worth it. Uh, it was great to I mean, first of all, just I just really admire Kara's bravery and her just her openness in deciding to post those videos, and and basically tell her story. Even though most of it, it wasn't happy. A lot of horrible things happened to her in her childhood, and just it just gave me even more of an appreciation for what she's been through, and why she does what she does, and just for just um, her strength in getting through all of that, and becoming the person she is today. Um, but besides that, it was just hmm, yeah. I didn't really want to say much more than that. Just other than that, that I did get around to watching it, and uh, yeah. Um, but so now I'm at that point again where I feel like there was something else I wanted to say, but I just can't remember. Uh, but well, as usual, if I do decide to that I left something out, I'll just save it for next time. So oh, and the oh yeah, the other, oh yeah, now I remember. The There was a new Facebook group created just the other day called ASMR Convention 2014, which is really funny that that somebody um, came up with this idea, because I was actually just like within the last week, just kind of toying with that exact same idea in my head, just kind of jokingly. I didn't seriously think that people would be talking about this as a serious idea. Just the whole idea of having an ASMR convention where, all these, people, ASMRtists plus their fans would hold this event and gather in one place where they can meet each other and do all kinds of, ASMR demonstrations or whatever else they're talking about doing. I don't know. I just somehow just couldn't see it happening, but yeah, it looks like it actually might. Yeah, I think it would be really cool, and um, I can't say for certain whether or not I would attend it, because honestly, I have no idea if I'll still be into ASMR a year from now. It's too soon for me to tell. Uh, you know, um, yeah, usually it takes me like if if 6 months. If I'm see here's the rule I go by. If I am still into something 6 months after I first got into it, then it's a pretty sure bet that I'll be obsessed with it for quite a long time. Uh, but otherwise, for all I know, this at this point, it could go either way for me. ASMR just might be a temporary obsession that I'm dabbling in right now, because they do happen. Um, every once in a while, I'll just find something to devote a lot of my time to, and just read about and talk about on, I don't know, find these online communities, and uh, anyway, um, yeah. So let's see. Yeah, I guess I don't really have much else to say. So yeah. So I'll be looking out for that upcoming video that I'll be posting sometime in the next week, uh, where I'll be doing some interesting things with a map. And well, I'll talk to you guys later.